And welcome. You are tuned in to CPAP for beginners and experts. The title of the show tonight is Finding Dreamland with CPAP. I'm your host, Chris, with AffinityHM.com. And here we cover product reviews, news, tips, and knowledge. Everything CPAP, APAP, and BiPAP to help you get the best sleep of your life. So the title is Finding Dreamland with CPAP. So let's get into this. And by the way, this lesson and talk that we're doing tonight, two things very important. One, it is about CPAP and using CPAP and the struggles and overcoming those struggles. It's encouragement. And it's not going to be real technical talking about mask and mask leaks, although we may get into that in the Q&A. Really, I just want to encourage you and share with you a strategy that over 30 years of setting up people with CPAP and BiPAP and APAP, over 30 years, this single strategy is the one that absolutely will help 100% of the time if you can use it. And so let's get into it. Finding Dreamland. Obviously, you know that dreams only occur when you are in the deepest stages of sleep. Sleep is divided really into four different stages. There's N1, barely asleep, N2, a little bit deeper. Then there's N3, which is really deep sleep, and there's REM sleep. So the only time that you dream is in the REM sleep. And I'm going to help you get there. I'm going to help you find that REM sleep with this amazing strategy that absolutely does work. So also, the second thing is I don't pretend that I know everything. This is me, Chris, just a guy who set up a lot of CPAP machines, and I want to encourage you and share with you what I've seen work in the past. So feel free. Many of you have used CPAP and you've been through these struggles. Please comment in the comments and share your knowledge, share your experience as well. Perhaps you can be an encouragement as well to others. So let people know, don't be shy. Talk about what you've been through and how you solve the problem. And I believe this video is one that many people out there will get a lot out of. Maybe you might be the one. All right, so let's get into it. The first thing, taking more of like a 40,000 foot view of problems in general, not just CPAP and struggles with CPAP, but problems in general. We always see the barriers and we see the problem and the difficulty of the problem. So the first thing I would like for you to do is think about, what is this thing that you are trying to accomplish? Is it to be successful with your CPAP or your APAP or your BiPAP? Is it something else in your life? Maybe you're starting a new business. Maybe you want to accomplish something in your home. Perhaps, you know, it could be financial. It could be in relationships. It could be in anything that you're struggling in your life. The first step would be really just to identify what exactly are the barriers. And what I'm going to be sharing with you a little bit later on in the video is the 4 words that absolutely can and will change everything that's going on. So first, let's talk about the barriers, the walls. It's like when you have a problem and a struggle, it's like being in a maze and walking through and not knowing which room to go into. Maybe it's CPAP mask leaks. You don't know how to solve that problem, or the pressure is too much, etc. And it can be very difficult to just trying to figure out and struggle through which wall, which barrier. You know, maybe there's several barriers. Which one do I attack first? And that is absolutely something that I see quite often is really just, there's so many different things going on with the struggle that one doesn't necessarily know exactly where to go and what to do first. And there really are 3 very common barriers. And the number one is fear. Fear. So think about that for a minute. Is it something that you are afraid of? And just to be honest with yourself, I mean, I try not to admit when I'm afraid of things too much, but I have found that when I do admit that there is fear, it actually begins a process in my own mind to sort of identify that fear, try to understand that fear, face that fear. And quite often, once fear is faced straight away, then it kind of begins to disappear. And there's a couple of things that can make it disappear. Knowledge. Well, one of the big barriers is definitely lack of knowledge. And you guys know that I've started an online course that we've had a lot of people sign up for this online course. And knowledge, you're watching this video right now to gain some knowledge. We have other videos on the channel that get down into some details that could be really helpful for you. But lack of knowledge is definitely a very huge barrier. And we're going to get into what can be done about the lack of knowledge. But here is probably the biggest one of them all: doubt. Excuse me, that's my lemon water. My throat is a little dry again tonight. Doubt. Doubt can definitely affect everything. But if you put those three together, doubt, lack of knowledge, and fear, they're all really just combined all together as one thing. And the way that I see it is that whenever you have fear and doubt and lack of knowledge, it's really almost like being a boxer in a boxing ring, and you don't know what to do next. But then you gain some knowledge, you talk to some people, and you begin to see the light. You start learning and understanding what you're doing, and suddenly you can be completely refreshed, ready to start over again, try a different angle on the problem, and it can make a huge difference to just basically stick with it is what I'm saying. So regarding breakthroughs, there are basically three requirements to have a breakthrough with the problem, whatever that problem might be, whether it is CPAP or some other aspect of your life. And the three big ones are: number one, you got to have courage. You got to face that fear, find your courage. And then really courage really comes from understanding. Understanding is something, knowledge, learning. This is why we have the group called CPAP for Beginners over on Facebook. There's so many great answers that come through that group. I love this group, CPAP for Beginners, and over on Facebook. And people will have a problem, they'll ask a question, and you guys are out there helping answer the questions. It's so inspiring, for so many people, especially those who are brand new on CPAP. They really need to just hear from someone who has already been through the struggle. And having that understanding is something that really goes and helps you conquer and come above and beat down that fear. And once you have understanding and courage, then you can get to the place where you would actually have belief. And once you believe it, now we're about to get to that big strategy, the big strategy that works 100% of the time. Not quite there yet. How does one overcome barriers to have breakthroughs? So that's the big question. The big question. You know what? Really, it comes from understanding this one thing. This one thing: mindset is changeable. Mindset is changeable. Do you know that mindset is really one of the only things that we actually have 100% control over in our own minds? We're able to change our mindset. Now, I struggle with this from time to time. Ask my wife, she'll tell you I can be a little grumpy and negative at times. But she helps me to see that I need to change my mindset. And once that mindset is changed, then anything is absolutely possible. So mindset. Now, I want you to know that this little phrase right here are the four words that can change everything. It seems so simple. I can do this. And so I want you to know that there are studies that show that using CPAP continue, on a regular basis and staying consistent with using that CPAP is effective almost 100% of the time. CPAP therapy is something that doesn't just work sometimes, it just works 100% of the time, with a caveat: if you can stick with it. And many people don't stick with it, and I'm here to encourage you. I've seen so many people over these 30 years of setting up CPAP that have had all of the same problems that you're facing right now, and they overcome it. They find an answer, they learn, they have the knowledge, they defeat their fear. And so I can do this is the 4 words and the solution to your problem. So I want to ask you, you're watching this video right now, and I'm looking at a camera, but if you would do something for me, just out loud, say those 4 words. Say them out loud. I can do this. Say it with me right now. I can do this. And now that may seem a little silly, but what I'm going to ask you to do next may seem a little sillier, but try it. Literally, the next time you're in your bathroom, walk up to that mirror and look at yourself dead square in the eyes and smile and say, I can do this. And those 4 words literally will change your mindset. They'll change how you feel, your mood, and your attitude. And the key really is to just stick with the CPAP. I'm not saying to suffer. I don't want you to suffer. If you're having problems, address the problems, talk to your doctor. I'm not trying to diagnose or treat any sort of sleep apnea here. I'm not a doctor, but you talk to your doctor, talk to your therapist about the problems, and they can be solved. And once those problems are solved, then you are literally going to find this place that is called Dreamland. So the point is that actually using your CPAP is going to get you to that wonderful place called Dreamland, that good old N3 and REM, rapid eye movement, sleep. Uh, your whole body requires good sleep. It's not like you can get away without sleep. Sleep is a requirement for your blood pressure, your blood sugar, your brain, and your heart, and your lungs, and your kidneys, and everything. I mean, absolutely everything in your body requires this sleep. So it's so important to stick with it. Whatever problems that you're having, talk to somebody about them. Get over there on that group, CPAP for Beginners. Somebody's going to have an answer, and if they don't, I'll chime in with my answer. And so that is what I wanted to share with you. By the way, if you want to enter the contest tonight, you might see it scrolling across the bottom of the screen, but just type in there #Dreamland. Do it all as one word, #Dreamland. And here after the Q&A in just a minute, we are going to actually get into a Q&A here in just a couple of minutes. So let me see. I want to see who is here with us tonight. I'm just talking on and on. I see Kimberly is here. So Kimberly has the AmeriView and a nose pillow. Thanks for being here, Kimberly. All right, so backing up here, we also have Loretta's here. Hi, Loretta. Glad to see you. Diane Lovedoll, my good friend. Diane is here. Thanks for being here, Diane. Amy Martin is here. Welcome, Amy. I think I've seen you here before. EH is in the contest. #Dreamland. Thanks for being here, EH. Amy, Kimberly, Diane. Let's see. Diane thinks she looks like an alien with her CPAP mask on. Well, don't we all? We all kind of look that way. Amy Martin. Okay, Amy has a question here. Amy says, my problem is I have a tiny little baby nose, mask, choosing a mask, very difficult. Pillows are not working well. They do make some extra small nasal pillows, Amy. Check with your provider. It's usually a special order because it's pretty rare one would need the extra small, but they are out there and they're available. And as a matter of fact, consider this. Even CPAP is sometimes even ordered and required for premature born infants. And if they can get it that small, then I know that there's something out there for you. So definitely check with your provider for a smaller set. All All right. And Loretta says that her fave is the Resmed N30i. That's the nasal CPAP mask that has the connection on the top. This is a really good one. It's pretty lightweight. If you like, especially if you like the connection on the top so that the hose goes up, hopefully to like a hose lift or something like that. That's always really, really, really handy. And my brand new uh, mother-in-law, my brand new stepmother. Thank you, Georgette. I appreciate that very much. All right. And Kimberly says, I have the AmeriView and a nose pillow. And Diane says, the small pillow's still too big. All right. Let's see. I'm looking for other questions. Okay, Amy. Amy has a little comment here. Amy says, between not getting the proper rest, even with CPAP, I care for my ailing husband, take care of our teenage son, and care for my dad in the next town over every day. I'm exhausted, but I do what I need to do. That's right. You're facing your difficulties, but keep at it. Keep going. Keep going. It is going to get better. I promise you. It always does. It always does. All right. So let's see. Also, we have a new person, Carrie Desiree Jamilio Morales. I hope I said that right. All right. Welcome, everybody, to the show. I hope that you have typed into the comments hashtag Dreamland. I'll give you another second here. Give me some of this good old lemon water. I'm from Alabama. We use my wife and I love fresh, raw, real honey. We put it in and on everything we can. We almost use it in place of sugar altogether, because sugar is really actually not really that great for you, but the honey is not quite as bad. Anyway, we end up with like tons of these jars, so we use them as our drinking jars. So you guys who have stuck with me for this long, I want to share something. If you haven't seen, over on our YouTube channel, I did a video on these two. These are the new travel CPAPs. You see these? This is a CPAP machine, guys. Look, it's literally like the size of a baseball, or maybe it's a big baseball, but it's more like a softball probably in size. But it's not even as big as a softball, because it's thin. And this is a travel CPAP. It's called the Micro. And if you're watching this on YouTube, you can just look down underneath the video and you can see that on our website. Did a video on this, reviewing it. It's not super loud. Now, it's a little louder. Both of them are about the same noise factor. All travel CPAPs make a little more noise than your regular CPAP, but these travel CPAPs are not that bad noise-wise, and they are super amazing. And this is actually an APAP. Both of them are APAP machines. This one is called the Transcend 3 or the T3, and this one is called the Transcend Micro. Both on our website, both available right now. If you guys are looking for a travel CPAP or a backup CPAP, they can connect. There's some software that you can download for free so that you can download the information and see all your data and your reports that you might want to share with your doctor and such. But these two machines are absolutely fantastic. You guys know how long I've been doing CPAP, and it absolutely blows my mind that this is a CPAP machine. Literally in 1988, I'm telling you my age now, 1988 is when I set up my very first CPAP machine. It was, I don't even know if this video can hold the size of what that machine was. It was about this big, something like that, and like that wide. It was a very large box, and you couldn't even set the pressure on it. What you did, it just blew at the same high pressure, and you put a manifold on it that sort of brought the pressure down to either you could set hook the manifold up for 5, 10, 15, or whatever it was. But they've definitely come a long way. So this, you could literally put about probably 12 of these into the original CPAP, but it's really cool. All right, good. So you guys, I hope everybody's put into the comments hashtag Dreamland, hashtag Dreamland. Let me share this screen. I'm going to go over there. If you haven't done it, you got about 5 seconds to type into comments anywhere you are, be it Facebook, or wherever you are, YouTube, you just type in there hashtag Dreamland, all one word, and you are going to be in the contest. So I'm sharing this with you so that you guys can see. Let's see who is going to win the gift card from Affinity HM tonight. Here we go. The winner of the gift card to my little website, affinityhm.com, is Amy Martin. Amy Martin. All right. Amy's watching from over on YouTube. Amy, congratulations and thanks. We really appreciate you being here tonight and joining the contest and all of your comments. Really appreciate it very, very much. Does anyone else have by the way, Amy, what you're going to want to do is email me at admin@affinityhm.com. And you can probably find that on our website at the very bottom of the page. But go to affinityhm.com, shoot me an email. All that I need, Amy, is actually your email address. I don't have to have any other information except your email address. And what I'll do is tomorrow I'll send you a gift card to the website that you can use. Now, once you have the gift card, you guys, some of you have gift cards you haven't used. You may be collecting. You can collect them and let them build up. Or if you want to call in, you can use the gift card and a discount code all in the same purchase. You just would have to call in and talk to our customer service and let them know that you won the contest. And that can absolutely be done. All right. All right. We have another comment here from Freedom. Thanks for being here, Freedom. Freedom says, I'm on a full face Resmed F20 and I love the foam cushion. Okay, so you probably have what we would call the Air Touch. The Air Touch F20 has a foam cushion, much better than the silicone. I hated the silicone but love it now. After 2 months, I don't use the EPR and run on auto ramp. Yeah, that's actually a good setting. The EPR, for those of you who don't know, that is a setting that the user can adjust. You can turn it off. You can put it on 1, 2, or 3. It's called EPR or sometimes IPR, depending on which machine you have. What this setting does, the higher you have that number set, the easier it is to exhale. It sort of just backs off of the pressure a little bit upon exhalation, and it just makes it a little bit more comfortable. Now, there's still going to be pressure there. We need that pressure in your airway, but it does make it a little bit more comfortable to actually exhale. What I have found is that the longer you use CPAP, the lower you're going to want to have that number. The more you're getting used to it, the lower you're going to want that number. It's just really something that's good for people that are beginning with CPAP. However, it's okay to use it all of the time if you want to, even going forward. Most people, though, after using CPAP for a few months or 6 months, will go ahead and actually end up turning off the EPR like you have, Freedom. I think you got there a little faster than many, but that is the case. Absolutely. So, all right. Does anybody else have any questions? We've already done the contest. We talked about the barriers, overcoming the barriers, having the breakthroughs, and actually being successful. So if you didn't see that, just this video is going to be posted on Facebook and on YouTube. Please, if you're having struggles and you didn't see the beginning of this video, go back and watch that. Please share this with your friends. You have family members who are using CPAP or APAP or BiPAP and having struggles. Please share this with them because I just really want to see everyone get to that 100%. The studies that I have seen, as a matter of fact, I'm going to post these studies on our Facebook page, and I'm going to post them over on CPAP for Beginners on Facebook. And these studies show us that the effectiveness of CPAP is just about 100% if you can continue using it. And so I just wanted to come out here and really talk to everybody and really encourage you to overcome any difficulty that you're facing. Make sure that you talk to your doctor, talk to your therapist, talk to somebody, your provider, about the problems, or even post it over on CPAP for Beginners on Facebook. And let's get the problem solved, and let's keep using that CPAP because it is absolutely a wonderful piece of equipment. All right. Well, that's all. Thank you all again for being here tonight. We'll be back Every Thursday night we're doing this. We haven't missed one yet, and we don't intend to be missing any. So I just want to thank you from the bottom of my heart. I appreciate you being here on CPAP for beginners and experts, and see you again next Thursday night.